Hello and welcome back to another drawing with Alfie. Today we're going to be drawing this cactus here. This is actually one of my favourite things that I've drawn because I really love the style of like the cartooniness of it, and I think with this one particularly it's just really cartoony, and I really love that style, like I said. So yeah, this is my favourite one I've done. The colours that you're going to need today are going to be just these colours. The only one I'd say that isn't as important is the yellow, because that's just for the flower on the head, and you can do that whatever colour you want. And obviously just something to draw with a pen or a pencil, either way is fine. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the pot, which is basically just half of a rectangle. And then after that, just like another rectangle over the top of that rectangle, just to make the pot sort of shape. And make the rectangle on top, make it stick out more. Like that. And then for the cactus, that is really simple. It's literally, and again, you can do this in whatever shape you want, really. I'm going to be doing it like this, but you can literally do it in whatever shape you want, just some wavy lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up slightly, and then I'm going to come out diagonally and go up. And then loop round and back to the base like that for the first sort of like arm. And then back up, slightly taller, and round and back down slightly past the first point. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing again, but not as tall as this one here, to give it more of like a natural look, I suppose. And then loop back round and then down. And then you've got your simple cactus shape, basically. Just your classic cartoony, you know, cactus shape. And then for the face, I'm going to do the eyes slightly differently to the way I drew them here, because I think they look a bit freaky. But I'm going to do them basically so the eyes are separated. It doesn't make that much of a difference really, you can do it either way you want. I'm just going to go for the other way because I think in my opinion it'd look better. And again, they are very close to each other, so it doesn't really matter that much. I think it would just make that little bit of difference to make it look more cartoony. Like that. And then I'm going to draw the mouth, which is like just two of these, and then the mouth. And then the last thing I'm going to do drawing is a little flower on top, and you can literally do that in any style you want, in any colour. I'll do it like in a little crown shape. Yeah, and then we can move on to the colouring. So the colours I've got for this are orange, so these colours here, orange, green, yellow, a slightly darker green, and then a brown. But yeah, you can colour them in any colour you want, especially the flower, because that can literally be anything. I've chose yellow to go with this little guy here. So yeah, that's why I've chose these colours, but you can choose any colours you want. Thing about cactuses is that, or cacti, is that they're very good with neglect, because I've got a couple upstairs that you know, I'm the sort of person who forgets to water their plants, so I've got loads of cacti because they're sort of like very forgiving with that, in that sort of way. I found this out recently and it's quite weird. This thing about cacti is that they don't just come from the desert, they can actually be found all over the world. Which I found very strange when I found that out. Because you wouldn't expect them to grow all over the world. You think, because of the way they're designed and stuff, that they only grow in the desert. So yeah, that was a pretty cool thing to find out. And some cacti can live for like 200 years, or 150 to 200 years, I think he said on Google. But yeah, they can live for ages. So I've just switched to green for the actual cactus, and now I'm going to be doing some shading, which I'll show you how to do. And then for the shading, I've got a slightly darker colour. You don't need loads of different colours for this actually, because with shading you can sort of use the same colour, just pressing down really hard on it. So for the shading, where I'm going to put it, usually it goes around the edges. It doesn't really matter where, to be fair, just as long as it's along the edges, because you know the light could be coming in from any direction, so it doesn't really matter where you put the shade in, as long as it's fairly consistent in where it is. So for example, I've done shading all around this side of the cactus and then at the bottom, but I wouldn't really put any along this side. You know, I might put some under here just because of where the light could be coming from. So for example, on mine, the light would be coming in from this direction or from this direction. So the last thing to do is the flower on top, and this is literally the bit where you can use whatever colour you want. I've used yellow. So that is it. That is my cartoony cactus. If you guys enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe, and you know, share yours if you want to, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.